Hello. The inspiration for today's video has come from Luise Henzl and Gayle. So I start off with my empty box and I'm going to chuck in some scraps from my scrapbox. I didn't select them, I just took a pile off the top, and I started with some really strong coffee and just splashed that onto my scraps. What I found is this particular box I'd chosen was not actually very wide at the bottom, so it wasn't the best box to use. I couldn't get a lot of coverage over a lot of the scraps at one time, so I swapped my boxes out for some of my fridge containers and just spread them out a little bit more. You'll see I didn't actually like this process much either, but I carried on spraying inks, splashing on my really thick coffee and just drying in between the process. Just turned over the scraps as I went along. This particular process I really liked, adding the oxide to a stamp block and then dripping it in. You do get a completely different kind of drip, believe it or not. I keep adding layers of colour, different colours. I don't have a huge selection of colours, so I kept my palette mostly to neutrals and blues. Some of the scraps I used already had some blue tones, so it worked out quite well. I wanted to darken it again, so in went more coffee. I'm really loving the coffee. I've been tea dyeing for a long time and stopped using coffee so much, but I think I found my love for coffee again. This is when I really started having some fun and I made an absolutely terrible mess. So I've got some black acrylic. I start off adding a bit of water to that, using my brush, a bit more water just to make sure that's fluid enough, and just started splattering it about. And honestly, it's so satisfying splashing black paint over some paper scraps. You can see I've ditched the boxes for some packaging paper, and honestly this paint went flying. So do make sure you're not doing this in an area you don't want to get painted. Give that a dry. This time I'm going in with some white acrylic, same process. Add some water to that so it's a little bit more fluid, gave it a bit of a mix. And that particular brush was pants, so I did swap for my splatter brush, which was amazing, and get some fantastic splashes with that. Yep, more coffee, more coffee. I decided to add some liquid acrylics with the dropper. The colour of these is amazing. And I also go in with some re-inkers, which are a little bit heavy. I shouldn't have used them directly really. They stayed a bit sticky for a while, but I added some water and gave the individual pieces a bit of a blot here and there just to work that into the paper. I've turned the paper over, so I'm back in with the black splashes, as you can see, just to give the other side of that a coat, and I don't even wait for that to dry, I go straight in with the white. I decide I'm going to use the black archival ink because I don't know if I've finished with my liquid yet. So I'm using my favourite script stamp from Tim Holtz and archival ink, just literally doing exactly what Luise did and just inking here and there, turning the paper over and giving that another go. I left that to dry for a bit, and then I got out some Lindy's powdery stuff that I got from the lovely Kerry, and I mixed it with water just to give it a little bit of a gold spritz here and there. So flick that about literally everywhere. Honestly, even my Mac has some gold splatters now. And then I decided to use some Tim Holtz mica spray because I was kind of feeling the gold. So these are my finished scraps. I absolutely love them. So many uses. Please go and check out the original video and Gayle's video and have a go. I enjoyed it so much, even though it does take a little bit longer than you think. I then went ahead and did the same process on some postage stamps I hadn't taken off the backs. So much fun. Have a go. See you soon. Bye.